everyone. This is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here with my new weekly Empowered Moments video for the week of Monday, April 10th through Sunday, April 16th, 2023. For this week's weekly message for the collective, we'll be using the Tarot of Dreams Tarot deck by Ciro Marchetti. And the special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Yin Yang Oracle deck, which I have found for myself when I'm doing readings for other people that it's very good for relationship readings. It can be good for any kind of reading, but relationship readings is one of the reasons that I like to use that deck. And the reason I mention relationships is that Venus, planet of love and relationships, along with money and finances and personal resources, is kind of the star this week. So we're going to, before we get into why she's the star astrologically, we're going to do an empowered moment with Venus. So let's close our eyes, take a deep breath, and just relax your body and clear your mind of all thoughts. If you can, put your feet flat on the floor or the ground with your legs uncrossed. Let's take another deep breath, breathing in peace and balance, and releasing as you exhale all that your body, mind, and soul no longer needs. And this week, as I mentioned, Venus is the star. She's moving into a new sign of the zodiac. She's moving out of one of her home signs of Taurus, where she's mostly focused on money and finance and personal resources. And she's going to be moving into the sign of Gemini, the air sign Gemini, with his curious and sometimes vacillating energy. So let's focus on what intention we want to project with Venus moving into Gemini. In relationships, it can bring a light-hearted energy, a feeling of playfulness. Makes me think of the fairy realm, where we're light and flitting and social, having fun and connecting with other people, networking, communicating. And when it comes to money and finances, Venus and Gemini can be a little bit of a vacillator, as she can with relationships as well, kind of going back and forth, a little indecisive. But it can also be about curiosity to explore all options. And when it comes to money and finances, this could be her exploring more than one option in how to make money, exploring more than one option in regards to resources, or having more than one place, situation, or person that assists her and supports her in the realm of finances and money. So however you want to set your intention, as far as relationship or as far as money is concerned, with Venus in a lighthearted, curious, playful, but sometimes overly intellectual and vacillating nature of Gemini, set your intention now. Set a positive intention of how you would like Venus to move forward within these realms. Perhaps communication is needed in a relationship to clear the air. Perhaps study and learning something new, as Geminis like to do, is important for the creation of new resources. So formulate your intention or intentions and breathe in deeply. Breathe it in, and as you exhale, exhale forcefully, blowing out that intention to the universe in all directions and dimensions of time and space, so that it can begin to be made manifest in your third dimensional reality. And taking a deep breath, one more deep breath. And as you exhale, when you're ready and in your own time, you can open up your eyes, returning to this time and place and space, and getting ready to look at your stones of choice. So because Venus is the star, I chose all three stones that were heart chakra, Venus, relationship oriented, and they're gonna be similar in color and even similar in description, vibration here. These are all special intention pendants. So I want you to not only listen to what the description for each pendant is, but also what draws your attention. Which one are you more magnetically drawn to by its shape or its variation in color, or maybe one is just highlighted. Maybe one just seems to glow a little bit more for you. All right, so the first special intention pendant here is rhodonite. Lovely pink stone rhodonite. You can tell rhodonite from rhodochrosite because rhodonite usually has some black spots on it. Now this one doesn't have too many. It just has, it looks like the couple at the top here. But rhodonite, this one, is wrapped in silver wire and infused with the vibration through Reiki with the number 2, the number of love, compassion, and relationships. The energies of Cancer, sign of loving connections with others and peaceful and balanced emotions, are infused into this one. The opening and balancing of the heart chakra for self-love, love towards others, friendship, and romance. And with the energies of Archangel Raphael to heal old heart chakra wounds, as well as Archangel Chamuel to assist in attracting our soulmate or in healing a current soulmate relationship. All right, let's go to stone number 2 here, and this one is pink opal. You can see it's a little bit different shade than that rhodonite, but it's a pink color. So the pink opal is wrapped in silver wire and Reiki charged with the vibration of the number 2, number of balance, harmony, and relationships. The qualities of the sign of Libra, sign of compromise, mutual support, and equality in relationships. The air element to foster and support positive communication and the ability to resolve conflicts. Archangel Raphael's energy to help heal and balance the heart chakra, and Archangel Chamuel's energy to assist with soulmate relationships. All right, and then stone number 3, our last stone of choice. This one is rhodochrosite. Nice light pink rhodochrosite here. And it's wrapped in silver and Reiki charged with the vibration of the number 2, number of balance and equality in partnerships, and with the vibration of the number 9, number of unconditional love and compassion. Also infused into this one is the energies of Libra and Scorpio, energies of partnerships and energetic merging with another. The qualities of Venus, planet of love, romance, and relationships. Goddess Aphrodite is called in for this one, goddess of love, beauty, and passion, and with Archangel Chamuel's energy of assisting one with finding a fulfilling soulmate relationship. Okay, so again, our stones of choice are the rhodonite, the pink opal, and the rhodochrosite. Okay, so let's talk about the astrological energies of the week. On Monday, April 10th, is when Venus actually moves into Gemini. And she's going to be in Gemini until May 7th, almost a month, but not quite. And just as we talked about in our meditation, Venus, love, relationships, money, finances. She also rules values and our sense of self-worth. She's moving into intellectual air sign Gemini. So she's more in her head regarding relationships than in her heart necessarily. She's thinking more, she's analyzing more, she's maybe communicating more. So she's in this curious phase of trying to figure out, what exactly is going on, or what could happen, or what the potential is. Like I said, communication is going to be one of the best things here as far as relationships are concerned. Now, Gemini is also mutable or vacillating, so there can be some vacillation of decision making regarding a relationship in some way, shape, or form that's going on. And in money and finances, Venus and Gemini, this can be more than one source of creating money and finances. This could be like 2 jobs, or having a job and a hobby that also creates money and income. So, because that sign of Gemini is the sign of the twins, it's always talking about 2 different avenues here. So you might have 2 different ideas, 2 different thoughts about how to create more personal resources in your life, including the money and the finances. There could be new ideas that you're talking with other people about, networking with other people in regards to these new possibilities. And you're curious about all the potential, right? So don't just put all of your eggs in one basket. Now on Tuesday the 11th, Venus in Gemini moves on to connect with Pluto in Aquarius. Aquarius, where Pluto is also an air sign. So this is a positive connection, but we are talking about Pluto here. And Pluto sometimes can have that heavy energy about death and rebirth and transformation and regeneration, sometimes power and control. So there might be some power and control issues in relationships, but as I said, this is a positive trine connection between the 2 of them. So hopefully if there is anything like that, they can be worked out, or you are able to own your power or take back your power appropriately. And then that brings this wonderful inner transformation within yourself. Pluto with Venus can also transform your money situation in some way, shape, or form. There could be something hidden. Pluto likes to deal with the hidden things that you can't see quite yet. And maybe whatever's hidden is this potential for a new way of bringing in or increasing your income or money stability. On the same day, Tuesday the 11th, the Sun, which is still in Aries, is connecting with Jupiter in Aries. Now, the Sun rules our sense of self, individuality, how we shine our light. It's in confident, individualistic, take charge Aries right now. And Jupiter likes to expand energies. And so he's expanding that confidence and expanding that individuality, expanding that ability for us to take charge. Jupiter also rules our belief system. So what are your belief systems about your sense of self? What are your belief systems about the potential of you being a leader and taking charge of your own life or direction or destiny? What are your beliefs as far as confidence and courage? So that would be something that also, while Venus is connecting with Pluto, is going on here. And then on Friday, the 14th, Venus in Gemini, now she's going to be in a challenging aspect with Saturn in Pisces. That's a little bit more tough. Pisces, where Saturn is considered a mutable, changeable sign, just like Gemini, where Venus is. So mutable and changeable and vacillating and needs to surrender and go with the flow. Saturn can sometimes bring up karmic lessons and feelings of limitation or restriction, especially when it's in a square aspect like it is here with Venus on Friday. It can bring up matters of feeling insecure within ourselves, or insecure within our relationships, or insecure about our financial status. Saturn can help us to restructure, but it might be a little bit more challenging to do so because of this square aspect. But focus on the idea of, how can I restructure this relationship so that it's stronger? How can I restructure this ability to create more income or financial stability? And focus on those steps, and focus on, again, releasing, healing any kind of karmic patterns that you might have on an emotional or mental body level that might be associated with some of this. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides. So we've got the first card here. So this is one of the only tarot decks, well, probably the only tarot deck that has this particular additional card. but it has the palace cards. Now we've got the suits of wands and cups, the suit of swords and pentacles, right? Those are the 4 swords in the tarot deck. This particular tarot deck, the Tarot of Dreams, the author added 4 cards called the palace cards. And the palace cards, you can see this one is the Palace of Wands. It's about the bigger picture, right? The grand palace, the grand goal, the grand objective, the grand dream, right, is signified by the palace cards. And in the suit of wands, it is relating to our spiritual, creative self-expression, our vitality for life, our passion for life and who we are out in the world and what we're doing. It is a very intuitive sign. Wands ruling the spiritual realm are intuitive and imaginative and, again, creative, as I said earlier. It's vital and energetic and passionate about things. So this is the big picture about those things. What's the big picture that you hold in your mind about your goals, your dreams, your truth out in the world, your spiritual nature, your evolution and growth as a soul, what you're here to learn about, what you're here to share with humanity. So we start out the week with kind of that big picture in our head, or a need to focus on that big picture. And again, this creative, inspirational energy here. I think that's a little bit of Venus maybe moving into Gemini, which can be optimistic and curious and fun-loving, but remember, Gemini is vacillating, so it's got that other personality, that other side. But we want to stay in this inspirational, positive side. This also relates a little bit with the sun connecting with Jupiter, because Jupiter is that big picture. And here again, we're starting out the week with the Palace of Wands, and Wands is the fire element, and the sun and Jupiter are in fire sign Aries. So we're expanding into that, again, that big picture. Let's take a look at the next card. And the next card, okay, we got a Major Arcana. This is a pretty kind of a heavy one. This is Major Arcana 16, the Tower. I just realized that we're ending this week on the 16th, right? This is for April 10th through the 16th. 16 is a karmic number in numerology. It can deal with death and rebirth. It can deal with quick, sudden, and unexpected transformation or redirection in some area of our life. And the Tower card has a similar feeling to it. The Tower card here ruled by Mars, and Mars is the planet of energy, action, forward movement, and he's the warrior, right? And he just kind of plows ahead real fast and furious. But with the Tower, it can often be about the structures in our lives, and whether those structures are career or our home and family structure or relationship structure, financial structure, right? It's about the structures in our lives that all of a sudden, and maybe unexpectedly, kind of we get the rug pulled out from under us. The rug is pulled out from under us, and there's some sort of major change and transformation. Usually it's situational or environmental happening outside of us that then causes us to need to move through those energies of transformation. Now, we have coming off of Mars here, this interesting lightning bolt sort of energy. So the lightning bolt you often see in the traditional tarot card of the Tower, where the lightning bolt is hitting the tower and it's on fire and people are jumping or falling out of the windows. This one isn't as harsh as that. You do see the lightning bolt, so you do see something maybe sudden and unexpected coming in here. But we've got this light shining down over the tower, right? It's not on fire that I can tell. Or is it on the top? No, it's not on fire. And people aren't jumping or falling out of windows. It's got the lightning bolt where something maybe sudden and unexpected comes in, but it also has this light shining down over the tower so that we're divinely guided and protected through whatever this change or unexpected energy is. This could be having something to do with Venus trining Pluto. Again, it is a positive connection, indicating again this transformative light that's shining down. But again, it still is Pluto. bringing in that potential for some big heavy duty, energy, situation, change, redirection that's coming forth. So let's go ahead and take a look at the last card. Now the last card came out as 2 cards, so let's look at the first of those last 2. Okay, so this is the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is usually depicted as someone, usually a woman, walking away from cups that some of them are fallen over or whatever. She's got her back to the cup. She's walking away, sometimes over a bridge or sometimes into a field or, wherever she's walking towards. But she's walking away from the cups. This is the emotions, the feelings, the relationships, emotional connections that we might have to a person or a career or job or emotional connection we have to something. And it's almost like we're needing or we're feeling a little disempowered maybe by the situation. The number 8 is about power, empowerment, disempowerment. So we might be feeling a little disempowered by whatever this is representing. And we do have this person, you can't really tell if it's a male or a female because it's kind of faceless, but instead of purely walking away with the back turned to the cups, they're walking up a staircase. Walking up this staircase, it has the feeling of some sort of evolution and growth that we're moving through. Now, it's interesting that we have Saturn in this corner, the symbol for Saturn, and the symbol for Pisces in this corner. And Saturn is in Pisces right now. In fact, Saturn's in Pisces for the next 2.5 years. And we ended this week on Friday the 14th with Venus in Gemini challenging or squaring Saturn in Pisces. So isn't that interesting that this card came up? But remember, we're moving up through our evolution and growth. We're learning some sort of maybe important karmic lesson that has to do with something or someone we're emotionally attached to. But instead of just walking away from, we're walking up the ladder of spiritual evolution and growth. We also have a full moon back here. Now, we had a full moon in Libra last week. Actually, next week we have a new moon solar eclipse. And then 2 weeks from then, we'll have another full moon, which will be a lunar eclipse. So I'm going to say that within 3 weeks, when we come upon that full moon lunar eclipse, there's something maybe very important happening here. Now, remember, this doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship. Again, it could be a situation, job, career, money, finance, home, family, your living situation. It could also be something within yourself, this 8 of Cups. It could be about, that feeling of disempowerment within yourself or insecurity within yourself emotionally that you're feeling. And we're going to the core root of where does that karmically come from and how can I release that, heal that, and let that go? And how can I then, make a major kind of, leap or step. This isn't really a leaping sort of card, but we're stepping up in our evolution and growth to heal that so that we don't have to carry that Saturn burden with us anymore with whatever that is. And Pisces does rule past lives, so this could very much be past life related, something we're carried over into this lifetime that we need to heal. Now, I did mention there is a card that came out with this, so let's see what that is so we can get a little bit more information. Okay, we have another Palace card. Isn't that interesting? We've got 2 of the Palace cards in this reading. This is the Palace of Swords. So now this is the big picture that has to do with the realm of swords, the mental realm, our mind, our thoughts, our belief systems, our perceptions. So this is asking us to look at the bigger picture of what this insecurity or disempowerment energy is all about. Right? We're needing to expand into this bigger picture on an objective mind level, not get caught in the emotions of it, not get caught in the insecurities or feeling bad about ourselves or bad about whatever the situation is, right? But to rise above that objectively and see the expanded picture. What is the universe trying to show you or tell you? What is your higher soul self trying to show you or tell you on more of an objective, logical level about what this is all about? So that's a little bit about the messages of the week, but let's take a look at what your special message card is depending on your stone of choice. That first stone of choice was the rhodonite pendant, right? So rhodonite pendant. I'm going to shuffle this here. And by the way, if you're, if you think that you like this deck, and I talked about using it for relationship readings a lot, but again, it can be used for any kind of reading. This is an 80 card deck. And I think I got it off of Etsy. It didn't even come in a box. I think the person who sold it to me put it in a nice little colorful bag or whatever. It doesn't come with a book either. So no book, no descriptions, no explanations, and I didn't get a box. I don't know if there is a box with some of them, but just to let you know, got it on Etsy. All right, so rhodonite. Rhodonite. Okay, this one's kind of coming out with my fingers. So rhodonite, people. Ooh, I like this one. This is about growth. And when is growth the most? Well, summertime, right? The trees are in full bloom, the flowers are in full bloom, the grass is green, everybody's having fun. So there's a lot of growth for you that's happening by the time we get to the summer months. So when would that be? Late June, July, August, into, midway or so of September. So look for the sun coming up over the horizon. It's like, I feel like you're still you're healing, you're releasing, you're perceiving, you're thinking, you're transforming your belief systems. It doesn't mean that you're heavily into the healing process until summertime, but there's still some time periods where there's some shifts going on for you. And then there's this big evolution and growth period that happens for you in the summertime. And this can also not just be on a soul level or evolutionary level. There might be growth in job, career, money, finances, relationship, your dreams coming true, right? Could be in a lot of different areas here. But you can see that the sun is rising over the horizon. So there's something new coming. And when we're approaching here, later in April and early in May, those eclipses are going to be heralders of change, death and rebirth and new beginnings and initiation energies. And it's not just when the eclipses occur, they carry out for weeks beyond that. So we're looking at, through May, through June, into July, we're, looking at these eclipse energies bringing a speeding up effect of whatever growth is happening in whatever area of life it is happening. So I just feel like for you all, the summertime is going to be one of those times. You can see there's like a crystal ball here, right? And I always think, well, look into the crystal ball, visualize your dreams, visualize your goals, visualize what you want to create into reality. The visualization of it is the first step. And then the summertime, things might start happening for you. All right, and then let's look at the special message for people that chose the pink opal. Pink opal, people. Pink opal special message. Not seeing anything yet pop out at me. That one is. Okay. Ooh, you guys. Twin flames. Wow, that's a lot of fire. Phew. And Venus is the star this week, so there's definitely something on your mind about relationships, finding your twin flame, attracting your twin flame, or just relationships in general. Let's not just put all of our eggs in one basket here and just think about the twin flame, because a lot of times our twin flame is not incarnated at the same time that we are. And a lot of times, just because they might be our twin flame doesn't mean that it's an easy relationship. There's all kinds of different theories and research out there about that, so you might want to look it up. But let's just say there's something happening here in the realm of relationships. Fiery, passionate, creative energy that's happening in relationships. Now that could be like, fire out of control, or it could be passion between two souls, or it could be both. Maybe we're healing maybe some sort of fire out of control experience, some sort of challenge in a relationship, so that we can rebirth a new way of being with our soulmate or our twin flame, or any other kind of relationship, like a friendship or a family member, right? Because twin flames can be friendships, family members. Twin flames doesn't necessarily mean romantic. So let's find that creative fire and passion in a positive sense, but we might need to walk through the flames, so to speak, first, before we're able to get there. We might need to transmute, right? Fire transmutes. So we might need to visualize ourselves in that fiery energy of transmutation, to transmute lower vibrational thoughts, ideas, perceptions, belief systems, emotions, feelings, trauma energies, past life karmic patterns. See that transmuting fire. And this is very Plutonian too. Pluto is like that volcano, right? Think about the volcano and the fire kind of bubbling up. That can be a transmuting sort of energy as well. Okay, wow. And then let's see what we have for the Rhodochrosite people. Rhodochrosite people, special message. Special message for Rhodochrosite people. Okay, the one that's coming out, it's kind of slipping out with my fingers here. Okay, so sorry you guys for the Rhodochrosite people. This is limitations and fear, okay? So this is kind of that Saturn and Pisces squaring Venus and Gemini thing going on towards the end of the week. We might be feeling limited or restricted or fearful or anxious or insecure about something. Now, again, this could be about relationships. It could be just within ourselves. It could be about other situations in our lives. And it's interesting that we see here, this woman is standing by the window, but it's like there's a mirror here and a hand coming out of the window. So, just think if you saw that happening, right? In your bathroom or in your bedroom, it's like you would have a little bit of a fear response or an anxious response here. But remember what the mirror is representing. The mirror is representing you looking at your own reflection. Where are those insecurities coming from? Where are those fears and anxieties coming from, right? It's like the self in the mirror is beckoning for you, beckoning to you, through the hand reaching out from the mirror, beckoning to you to kind of look at, where is this all coming from? Where does this feeling of limitation and restriction come from? Why do I hold myself back? Why do I not feel confident in myself? Why am I allowing this, either victim mentality or feeling like I'm not good enough or perfect enough, or that there's not enough time, or whatever the phrase might be. Right? So look a little bit deeper. Allow your reflection to kind of give you some of the answers. And I feel like for you, I want to pull a clarification card. Let's see if there's any more information about this card message that we can give to the Rhodochrosite people to best move through this healing process or observation of limitations and fears. Clarification. Okay, this one's popping up. Oh my God, it's reflections. Okay, so I guess just exactly what I said, right? And not just your own reflections, it's also projections. So this is coming from other people, right? If somebody's projecting anger at you, or frustration or insecurities even, or depression even, pay attention to those projections that we get from other people and then ask, why would I be attracting that within this relationship? And again, it might be romantic, friendship, business, coworker, family. But why does this pattern of energy keep coming to me from this individual or from individuals in general? So look at both the reflection of what your self is trying to tell you, your higher self, and look at how things are playing out or being projected back and forth. Are you projecting back and forth like your insecure, wounded parts of yourself, and they're projecting at you their wounded, insecure parts of themselves, and you're just kind of, projecting back and forth this lower energy with one another? Well, if you kind of heal, release, let go, transmute some of these energies, then perhaps it will spill over to the other person in the relationship, or perhaps you'll just at some point outgrow the relationship and need to move on, or perhaps you'll be in a better position because you've already looked at your own stuff to maybe help the other person as well. So that is your message. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the weekly reading. Make sure that you're going onto my website and signing up for my monthly newsletter, where I have links for my free new and full moon meditations, links for the monthly Cards and Coffee with Colleen and Carrie that I have going on every month with my lovely friend Carrie. And it'll have the list of classes that are coming up. In fact, we've got a numerology for self-discovery level 1 course that's going to be starting on April 22nd, where we start to learn about the numbers and your core numbers and your gifts, talents, and abilities, your karma, your life purpose, all these things that can help you discover who you are and what you're all about through the numbers. Again, starts April 22nd, so you might want to check that out as well. Sending you all lots of love and light, and many, many blessings, everyone. Namaste.